Why do we instantly feel we know someone, even if we just met? Jung would say it's because your unconscious already recognized a pattern in them. Maybe the way they carry themselves matches an archetype you've seen in a parent, a friend, or even a figure from a story. That recognition happens before your rational mind even catches up. What if I told you that every person you meet is already showing you who they are, long before they say a word? Carl Jung believed that people wear masks, what he called the persona. It's the polished version of ourselves we present to the world, but behind every mask lies the shadow, the hidden fears, desires, and wounds we try to keep buried. The paradox is this: while we think we're hiding these truths, they leak out constantly, in gestures, tone, habits, even in silence. Jung understood this better than anyone. He didn't just study human psychology, he gave us a roadmap for decoding it. And here's where it gets interesting. Jung argued that if you want to understand others, you must first understand yourself, because every reaction you have, admiration, irritation, envy, is not random. It's a mirror. People don't just reveal who they are, they also reveal who you are. That's why in this video we're diving into 18 psychological truths from Carl Jung, insights that can help you read anyone instantly. These truths are not about cheap tricks or party psychology. They're about piercing the layers of human behavior to see the archetypes, patterns, and unconscious drives that shape people's lives. By the end, you won't just recognize other people more clearly. You'll see yourself in ways you may have been avoiding. So let's begin with the first truth. The mask always slips. Every person you meet is wearing a persona, a mask crafted for social approval. But Jung reminds us, no mask is flawless. Pay attention to the tiny cracks. The slip in tone, the forced smile, the way their eyes wander. These reveal the authentic self behind the role they're trying to play. So don't just listen to what people say. Watch for the moments when their mask can't hold. That's where their truth leaks out. Truth number 2. What irritates you reveals you. Ever notice how some people instantly annoy you for no clear reason? Jung explained this through projection. What we dislike in others often mirrors what we deny in ourselves. If someone's arrogance sets you off, it might be because a part of you craves recognition you're not giving yourself. So before judging others too quickly, ask, what is this irritation reflecting back about me? Third truth is the shadow never stays hidden. We all carry a shadow, the unaccepted parts of ourselves. But here's the truth. Shadows leak. A person may project confidence, but their self-doubt emerges in nervous habits. A nice person might suddenly snap with hostility. The shadow always finds a way out. So if you want to truly read someone, look not at their polish, but at their slips. Their shadow will reveal itself there. Truth number 4. People reveal their archetype in stories. Jung's concept of archetypes tells us that everyone lives out patterns. The hero, the caregiver, the trickster, the victim. Listen closely to the stories people tell about themselves. Are they always the one rescuing others? Always the victim of betrayal? Their archetype guides their narrative and their future. To understand someone, study the role they've unconsciously cast themselves in. Fifth truth is that we think people's choices are rational, but Jung showed that most behavior comes from the unconscious. Why does someone always date the same type of person? Why do they sabotage opportunities? It's not random. It's a deep psychological script being played on repeat. So if you want to know a person, don't focus on what they promise. Look at the cycles they live in. Pay attention to the 6th truth. Your first impression is rarely wrong. Jung believed the psyche is wired with intuition. That gut feeling you get about someone isn't mystical. It's your unconscious picking up subtle cues your rational mind ignores. Most people learn later that their first read was right. So trust your initial sense of people. It's often your unconscious giving you more information than logic can. With these first 6 truths, you can already start to see people differently. Masks slipping, shadows leaking, archetypes shaping, cycles repeating. Let's step into more advanced truths, starting with number 7. People show you what they fear. Jung believed fear is one of the most honest emotions. A person's anxieties are like a spotlight on their inner world. Someone obsessed with betrayal often fears abandonment. Someone who can't stop talking about health usually fears illness. Watch what people worry about the most, and you'll know what haunts their unconscious. So to read someone, study their fears. They're windows into the hidden self. Number 8. Dreams spill secrets people can't say out loud. Jung made dreams central to his psychology because they bypass the ego and reveal what the conscious mind denies. What we repress during the day finds its way into our dreams at night. For example, someone who constantly avoids conflict might dream about being chased, not by a monster but by their own shadow. A person afraid of failure may dream of falling. These aren't just personal quirks. They're symbolic stories about what we're running from in waking life. Most people will casually share pieces of their dreams, and in doing so, they give away symbols of their deeper conflicts and desires. So when someone tells you a dream, don't laugh it off. Ask what it felt like. The meaning is always personal, and it will tell you more than their daily small talk ever will. And here's the trick. Those same symbols appear outside of dreams too. They leak out in slips of the tongue, nervous habits, or exaggerated reactions. If you learn to recognize the symbolic language of the unconscious, you'll notice that people are constantly revealing themselves, even when they think they're hiding. The 9th truth is what someone admires is what they're missing. We often idolize traits we've buried in ourselves. The person obsessed with confident leaders might secretly repress their own authority. The one who praises artists might have suppressed creativity. For Jung, admiration is a mirror. It reflects the part of us waiting to be reclaimed. So pay close attention to what people praise. It's often the self they haven't yet lived. Truth number 10. Conflict reveals the real personality. Anyone can play a role when things are smooth, but Jung insisted the mask crumbles under pressure. In arguments, setbacks, or moments of frustration, the unconscious rushes to the surface. The kind person may turn cruel. The calm person may show rage. So to know the real person, watch them when they don't feel in control. Number 11. Relationships expose the shadow. For Jung, relationships weren't just social, they were mirrors of the psyche. Who we're drawn to and who we clash with both reveal parts of ourselves we've denied. If someone constantly dates controlling partners, it points to their own issues with power and submission. Relationships act out our unfinished inner work. Study the patterns in a person's relationships and you'll see their unresolved psychology on full display. Truth number 12. People tell you who they are through symbols. Jung's work on symbols shows that the unconscious communicates in imagery. This is why people repeatedly use certain metaphors or fixate on specific symbols like light, journeys, storms, or cages. They aren't random. They're clues to the person's inner myth. So listen carefully for symbolic language in casual speech. It's the unconscious trying to tell its story. You got this far, so you are one of us. With these next 6 truths, you're now seeing deeper into the unconscious patterns people live by, through fears, dreams, conflicts, and symbols. By this point, reading others feels less like guessing and more like decoding their hidden language. Let's bring it home with the final 6 truths, and you can like the video to support channel's content. Truth number 13. The persona always cracks. Jung said the persona, the social mask, is necessary but never the full truth. Eventually, cracks appear. Maybe it's through slips of the tongue, nervous laughter, or inconsistencies in behavior. The longer you watch, the more the mask thins, revealing what lies beneath. So don't get distracted by polished personas. Wait long enough and the truth leaks through. The 14th truth says, the shadow is projected, not confessed. Most people won't admit their darkest qualities. Instead, they project them. The liar accuses others of dishonesty. The selfish person condemns greed. Jung's insight: projection is the unconscious trying to purge what the ego refuses to face. What someone criticizes most fiercely is often what they secretly fight within themselves. Truth number 15. Archetypes shape behavior without permission. Jung discovered that universal archetypes, the hero, the caregiver, the trickster, act like invisible scripts. People unconsciously fall into these roles, repeating patterns that stretch back through human history. Spot the archetype, and you'll know their story before they live it out. So to read someone's path, ask, which archetype are they unknowingly serving? Number 16th. The wounded self always speaks loudest. For Jung, wounds don't stay hidden. They bleed into everything: tone of voice, posture, the way someone treats others. Even success is often a cover for pain. The overachiever is proving worth. The perfectionist is avoiding shame. If you listen for wounds instead of words, you'll hear the real story. Truth number 17. Individuation separates the few from the many. Jung believed most people live half-lives trapped in conformity. The rare ones who embrace individuation, the process of uniting the conscious and unconscious, stand apart. You can spot them. Their choices feel authentic, their presence solid, their contradictions embraced. The truest measure of someone is how close they are to wholeness, not perfection. The final 18th truth. The unconscious shapes fate. Jung's most haunting insight. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Most people think their destiny is random. In reality, it's scripted by unresolved inner patterns. Reading someone means seeing which unconscious forces are pulling their strings. So to truly, really know a person, watch where their unconscious is steering them. That's their future in motion. And with that, we've uncovered Jung's 18 psychological truths, a roadmap for reading people at a depth most never reach. Each truth reveals not just others, but also yourself. Because in the end, Jung's greatest message was this: understanding others begins with understanding your own unconscious. And that's the real work. This week, instead of just analyzing others, try this. Pay attention to your own reactions. Where do you overreact? Who do you project onto? What do you suppress? Jung would say that by reading yourself first, you gain the clarity to truly see others. The better you know your inner world, the sharper your vision becomes in the outer one. If these insights shook how you see people and yourself, make sure to subscribe, because we'll keep diving deeper into the hidden layers of the psyche every week. Thank you for staying.